Are you struggling to eat enough protein? Well, keep on watching. Let's go. Hi, I'm Alexa, sports dietitian and nutrition coach. Great to have you here. Welcome to my channel. So I don't need to tell you the importance of protein. We all know how important protein is. But when we're tracking macros and trying to eat enough protein, I have found that actually a lot of people struggle to hit enough or simply struggle to hit their targets. That's why in today's video, I'm going to share with you 4 things you can do to level up your protein game. So without further ado, number 1, Fortify. So what do I mean by Fortify? Quite simple. Use a protein powder or something similar to add more protein to your recipes. Now, this is not going to work for every single recipe out there, but it works great for breakfast recipes and for making mock desserts. 2 ideas on top of my head. Number 1, protein oats. And number 2 is something like high protein brownies, which funny enough, I have a recipe. So click up here if you're interested in learning how to make protein brownies. Number 2 is plan out your snacks. Essentially what I'm saying here is make sure your snacks are high in protein. Now this may seem like a very obvious thing, but you'd be surprised how often it doesn't happen. A lot of people, when I ask them, what are you snacking on? Oh, I get a couple of biscuits. Oh, I get a packet of popcorn. Oh, I just eat some fruit. And there's nothing wrong necessarily with some of these options. But if you're struggling to hit protein targets, well then you want to make sure you're including some high protein foods within those snacks. For example, like a yogurt of some sort. So level up your snack game, and you may very well level up your protein game. Number 3 is choose the high protein versions. Now you're probably wondering, what does that mean as well, Alexa? Well, it just means where possible, if there's a high protein version, and this is not going to apply to all foods, but when there's a high protein version, then choosing that one can give you just that little bit of edge, and it does add up. Because you got to remember with protein, it's not just that, oh, include a protein food and that's where your protein comes from. There's little bits and pieces that add up during the day. Then you might be surprised in the end, oh wait, I've hit my protein targets. To give you an example of what I mean for this point, a classic example is high protein pasta. For example, like the Veta high protein pasta you can get here in Australia. And then finally, number 4 is make sure when you're having your main meals, try and include at least a palm size of a protein food for your meal. Again, may seem like common sense, but just by giving yourself a bit of a threshold, a framework, whatever you want to call it, a benchmark, just aim for at least a palm size. Obviously, if you're tracking calories in that, measure that so you can get the actual accurate idea, but make sure you get at least a palm size, and that will enable you to get a good dose of protein that you need to help level up your gains. Now, the obvious one is thinking about meat, which people are probably thinking, well, I probably do get that much anyway, a palm size. But it can apply to other protein foods as well, and alternative protein foods and plant-based protein foods especially. If you're not getting at least a palm size, you're probably going to be lacking in protein to some degree. Just make sure you go for that and you should be okay. So there you go. That's my 4 kind of tips or hacks or whatever you want to call it, ways for you to improve your protein intake a lot more easily. So choose one or all 4 and implement it into your plan, and you'll see how much more easily you hit your protein targets. Okay, I want you to let me know in the comments below. So drop a comment below and let me know, what is your favorite protein food? Okay, let's just share our favorite protein foods. Okay, what is the thing that you love to eat all the time to get your protein intake up? Now, if this video was helpful, remember to hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel, okay? So you can stay in the loop when I release these videos. I also do recipe videos, all this sort of stuff, so you can stay in the loop and really level up your nutrition game. And until next time, stay classy. See you later. Bye.